Hello and welcome back to the Arcology. You're watching Mr. Brig Plays, and this is my City Skylines series where we're taking a look at the map, the Arcology, which is made by a user on the Steam Workshop. And so far we've done 3 episodes. We've built a nice starting area, some low density residential and commercial for now. We've got our industrial area, which is going to be the zoned industry. Currently we've got forestry and farming, but we are also going to do oil and ore in there as well. Get that all sorted in one of these islands. We've also made a start on a second one of the islands here, so that we can get a bit more of a population boost. We're not too far from the next population, which is when we'll get another area. And then we won't get another area until 11,000. So we need to be getting those areas working for us, really. But in this next milestone, we'll actually get. I believe, yep, there we go. So we get access to our high density, and we'll be rezoning this one with high density. So we'll get plenty of population out of that starting zone area. We're going to leave this one here as low density because it forms part of the outer ring. And then this is part of the inner ring, where I'm going to have my high density. Okay, let's resume the simulation, and we'll start by going into the industrial area. So let's think about what we want in here. So we need to do oil, and we need to do ore. Now I'm not sure which side is which, so we'll have to just play around, pop one down. If it doesn't work, we need to swap it to the other one, because one side of here is going to have the oil and one side is going to have the ore. I'm sure of that, because the map was advertised as having every industry available on each of the islands, so it should be fine. So let's start by getting just a little bit of road layout, I think. So we'll go back where we're using our 3-lane one-way roads, which should be here in the small heavy roads. 4-lane one as well. I think 3 should be fine. 3 gives you the option for straight on, left and right when you get to a junction. So it should be fine, really. So then let's come out here. Try and line it up with that. Come up here. Line it up with that. Down here. Like that. I think it's starting to look reasonably symmetrical. Let's just do the same sort of thing over here. Something like that. Might just need to finagle that one a little bit with the Move It mod. That. Yeah, that doesn't look so bad. Let's just grab the Move It mods and just jibby this road down a little bit so that it's more in line with the others. Okay, I think that looks reasonably okay. So let's start with the one on the left here, which I think is going to be the ore area. So if we get rid of our roads, bring up the main ore building, and the same thing, we'll just pop it in the entrance way, just as we did on the others. I don't think that building particularly gets a lot of cars coming into it, so it's not going to cause an issue at these junctions, I don't think. So again, estimated production, 0 per week. We've got it the wrong way round. Okay, so let's we'll delete that one there, and we'll pop down oil instead. Small pump. Yep, this one's our oil area. So the oil areas always look super stupid, I think, because the oil pumps are so tiny compared to some of the other buildings in the other zoned areas. But again, we'll just spread them out to keep the traffic to a minimum. And then one of the things we'll need, so this is somewhere just for them to store their the oil. And then we'll have 2 of those plants that can produce, so what they're producing, petroleum. Excellent. Okay, so then we shall need a one of these. I'm going to need to set that to petroleum, so that we've got some storage for it. This will be storage for any excess oil that doesn't go to these petroleum factories, and we'll just leave that to do its thing. There should be a decent amount of jobs available there, so we should be able to easily hit level 2. And we'll just do the same thing over here. We'll get the start to our ore industry. Pop our ore industry down. Again, just spread these things out. And then you got a couple of the grinding mills. Oh, that's big. Okay, we'll have that one there then. That's storage for our sand. Then we'll have another factory down here, another storage warehouse, sorry. And we'll set that one again to empty, and this one will be for... Now, which one does it produce first? I think it's metals? This one's going to be producing? Yep. So we need metals for now. We don't have anything for glass just yet, but eventually this area will start producing glass as well. So if we take a look then, we've got our area here. Plenty of workers. Yeah, this will be enough to get that sort of to 2 stars. So as these industries all level up, they gain access to new facilities. Which usually allow them to level up even faster in the future, to be honest. So let's just take a look at what we think we're going to do then with our... So we've got these other... We've got the top and bottom here. Do we think the best way to do this is going to be another off-ramp? A way out for each area? Yeah, I think so. If we just do these little one-way roads, they can go where they need to go, and they can come out this end. It's a little bit janky that, but it'll have to do. It's just where these are. Same thing over here. A couple of new off-ramps. Just so they've got a second way to get out of this area, rather than all having to come through their individual sections. So actually, just to mirror what was done over there, rather than bringing that straight into the other one, we'll pop it sort of in the middle of that road. That should be fine. Yeah. Okay. So we've still got an awful lot of need for residential. So we pop down our new residential areas over here. And so they're also screaming out for a little bit of commercial. So let's think. I think I'll do that. Ooh. Let's go back to... Just do a little bit of that down that middle one. We can do the same on the other side once we've unlocked it. Which gives us a little bit of area for some new shops, which there is currently a demand for. We've got no industrial demand though, because there are so many jobs available over here. We're not going to have that problem for a while. So, one of the things you get when you do these zoned industry areas is you get access to these factories. And the more 5-star areas you have, the more of these you sort of unlock. So what I was thinking was, the 4 corner pieces will end up being where we have our factories, because they are huge. They are massive buildings. They're not very tall, but they're incredibly wide and long. So it's really going to be best to have those sort of out of the way of our sort of main areas. That's fine. Okay, let's have a look at... have we got some issues with garbage? Let's just open that. Garbage processing. Yeah. Okay, so we have got a slight issue with some garbage. So what I'm going to do then, I'll pop another one of these just on the edge of there. 2 for that one. Don't think industrial requires waste to be collected, so we might be okay. But I am just going to pop another one over there, just so we've got a bit of future proofing. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to expand into this square as well, since we've unlocked half of that. And I think... So what are we going to do here then? So we've got one that's going to have these concentric hexagons. This one over here where they're not joined. This is going to have to be another one where they're not joined, I think, because it's one of our high density areas. So I'll bring them in 2879. Sometimes this is the easiest way to get something to be symmetrical, is to actually use the cost of the roads that you're placing as the guide. Now, I am fairly certain that the maker of this map has made sure that each of these islands is completely square, centered off. So each of these roads is, you know, they are forming a circle. So as long as I'm getting the same cost, this will be fine. So we've got our medium-sized roads there. Let's go back and grab some. Oh, good. We've got some of the roads with trees. So these are good for noise pollution. The trees actually block some of the noise from the cars, which helps improve your citizens' happiness. So I think in this area I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. We go across 1500 on each way. Just towards that midpoint. This one will end up being a little bit more circular. Yeah. Okay. Now, obviously, we don't want them to join. What we want them to do oh, excellent. I like that little curve it gives it. Yep. So we'll do these outer curves. And then we'll do some junctions inside. Okay, we're not going to be able to do that one just yet. So what I'll actually do is just get rid of these edge roads, because people are just going to start getting mad at me because they won't be able to get out. So what this should end up giving us is a more interesting shape than this one. But I want to try and make each of the islands slightly different. If we find something that's really effective and works really, really well, of course, we may well end up utilising that more often. So I think that looks okay. I don't think they're going to try and cross there. So what we want to do again here is set up a park. I don't think I'll do it until I've unlocked that square, because we're still getting plenty of money from that one, and that's going to absolutely go through the roof once we unlock higher density. So let's do a little bit more of these roads here. So if we go halfway up there, since we're going curved, that little bit of curve, that little bit of curve. Yeah, something like that. It looks somewhat interesting. This certainly isn't perfectly symmetrical, but I think we'll get away with it. Ooh. Getting a bit of lag there. Don't tell me my computer's already conking out. I hoped to get a few more episodes deep into this before I needed to replace the graphics card. Okay, let's... okay, so that's somewhat different in its design. Let's get zoning some of our residential in here, because that's what we've got a massive demand for. So again, we'll blanket in with the residential, and then we'll just go and remove it from the places we don't want it, which is just along the main road. And along these outside bits, because that's where everything else is going to go. All the utilities and things that people need. Okay. So just like the other one, I think it might be worth doing a little bit of the commercial just along this middle bit, because we have also got some demand for that. Let's just make sure. Not got any wasted areas here. That's going to be a tiny little house all by itself. But again, this area will be becoming high density. Okay. Now, what was our next milestone? 4.8. Oh, I think that must be doable. Okay, so let's have a look. What's going on over here? Nice storm. That reflects the real world conditions that I'm recording this in, actually. It is blowing outside like you would not believe. At least for England. Hoping for a little bit of snow, actually. Make lockdown a bit more bearable if I go have a snowball fight with my fiancée. Okay, so our area is the only one that's still at 1 star. It's only because of jobs. And there are so many available that as our population increases with what we've just done over here, that should automatically do what it needs to do. Until we have that population, there's very little reasoning to keep adding to that area, because they're not going to fill the jobs. So let's have a look at what needs our population has. Healthcare, we've only got the one. No, that's not good enough. Let's have another one over there. One over here. And one over here. Now, I thought I de-zoned this area. I did, they just haven't moved out yet. Oh well, not to worry. So we've got a bit of healthcare. That will make people happy, or make people want to move in. About fire safety. Got one over there. So another one in that part of the city. Do one over here. And one over here. And really, we should have one. near our industrial area, just so they've got quick access to do everything they need to do. Please. Okay, I've got one over there. Now again, industrial areas are one of those things, they do attract a lot of crime, so I'll put one over here. We'll pop one over here, and also over here. That should give us plenty of police coverage. Education. A couple over there. For our primary schools, let's have one. One over here. Over here. We've got plenty of capacity for those, but as they expand, we won't have. So we've got one high school at the moment. Let's place another one over here. We've got plenty of capacity for that. We've not unlocked the university yet, so we don't need to worry about that. What other things don't people have? Crematorium availability. Is that something we've got? I didn't think we had a crematorium. We don't. But we also don't have a... what do we mean, space already occupied? We don't have a cemetery either. So if we go back in and turn anarchy on, and then go back, we should be able to place that cemetery along that road, because there's really no reason why it shouldn't have been able to be placed there. Then we'll just remember to turn anarchy off. That should make people reasonably happy. Have a look. We have at least got a cemetery now. University's not great. It's complaining a little bit about high school as well. So it is turning that building off automatically. Now is that being controlled by a budget mod? Let's have a look. So yeah, I'm going to disable that. Just because I want that to be turned on, because that's going to increase people's happiness. Even when they don't need it. I feel like that's a need that the buildings that they live in will have. And the more of those needs that you fulfill... Goodness, we're getting close to needing another sewage pipe as well. Another one in this area, because we still don't have anything quite good enough to do that without pollution. Although I must say that's dealing, the way they've got the water set up here, it's dealing with the pollution really, really well. It's barely polluting that water by the look of it. Which is good. Still, I don't want to do it, even if I can't see it. What other things are people unhappy about? Now, have I got the mod on? Yes, I have, okay. Now, I think this one is called the Show It mod. And you can click on your building, and it will sort of show you what they do and don't have. So post service. Okay, let's maybe... Have we got something for the post service? Oh, was that in here? It was somewhere, wasn't it? Public transport. Did we do anything with the post office? Let's have a look. Oh, so we do have one. Let's make another one. Another one over there. Just improve the efficiency of that a little bit. Now, one of the other things people seem to be complaining about is their healthcare and death care, fire hazards and policing. Now, because of the situation I've got with the roads, it's not going to be really, really easy for certain vehicles to get to certain places. So what I'm going to do, and we might need to turn Anarchy back on to achieve this. I'm going to place some of these helicopter depots. That way, you know, well, whatever issues people have, a helicopter can be sent instead. Okay, so we can't do the police helicopter depot just yet. And I think you need special buildings, because I don't think the regular medical clinic accepts helicopters. The big hospitals do. So I'll tell you what I am going to do over here. I'm going to find somewhere where I've got room for it. I'm going to place it roadside over there. I'm actually going to get rid of these small local clinics. Because that massive hospital really should be enough. Get rid of that one as well. And that one. And I'll just build a second one over here. We'll just do that. So we've got two of these massive hospitals that can now accept helicopters. And we've got a helicopter depot. So now whenever people have problems, a medical helicopter could go out to them instead of using the roads. So that should, in theory, help people with their healthcare availability. So let's have a look. Just open the panel again. Most people are at least somewhat happy with that, so that's good. A fire. So we have placed the fire helicopter, which is fine because the helicopter doesn't actually need to land at the fire station. We still do have a couple of fire stations dotted about. And then what we will get, we'll use these fire watch towers just to keep an eye on the trees to prevent forest fires. As we, as our citizens get more educated, they will actually reduce their own risk of fire. Okay, so all of our little areas there have actually made it to 2 stars now. That's fine. We're really close to the next population cap. Let's try and get that, and then we can call it a call it a day on this episode. Make sure that simulation's running at full speed. So I am quite liking the look of this area, particularly the forestry area. I really like that look. Let's while we're waiting, because there is going to become a need for more industry eventually. So let's start with our farming areas. What else have we unlocked then? So we've got our planed timber. Now let's do something with... Oh. Okay. I'm there trying to place this plant into the wrong area completely. Let's find somewhere where we can actually put it. So we'll put one of those in, because that will produce paper, which is something that we've not actually got at the minute. And then what we'll also do is we'll pop a couple of extra tree areas down, and then also a warehouse for paper. That should give us... So we've essentially got the capacity for nearly 300 workers, and we only need 200 to get to the next milestone. With any luck, we'll be able to do that as the need for industry increases. And actually, just by placing that industry, look at what that's done to our residential and commercial need. It's shot up. Don't need very many more people now, do we? Was it 4,800 to get us? Certainly was. Very, very nearly there now. Just while we wait for that, let's pop a little bit more in our plantation area. No, it's not a plantation area, it's a farming area, isn't it? You're getting confused with that. Right, this is what we're after. So now we can pop down, and I'm actually going to pop down a couple of flour mills. We don't need a cattle shed. And what we'll also do in there, one of these for flour as well. And let's do some more standard fields. Just for a little bit of greenery, because those fruit ones are sort of like greenhouses, so you don't actually get the greenness in the area. But that will certainly help that one. That should be able to get to... Well, maybe not, we might need to place a whole lot more stuff in that area. Okay, clearly we're struggling to get to our next milestone in terms of population. Let's So let's do a little bit of the one-way road. Just close that, we'll be able to see what we're doing. We shall turn off. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Let's do a little bit of that. Zone a little bit more residential. You only need a few more people. In fact, I'll just do a little bit of that, just so we definitely hit that. Oh, very nearly there. Once you get to this point, it's plain sailing. As soon as you've unlocked high density population, is easy to get as long as you keep everything nice and balanced. Otherwise, you can find yourself without any residential demand at all. Any moment now. Oh dear, we are suddenly not making money at all. Why are we suddenly not making money? Let's have a look. What's going on with our cash flow? Oh, well, there we go. That's our next milestone there. Some more taxation. You can now create a campus area. Oh yes, I'll definitely do that. Yeah, we'll get a really good university going on one of the squares. One of the, well, islands, circular islands, aren't they? Rather, not squares. Yeah, fab. Okay. Now, have we worked out? Oh, we're suddenly back up to 12,000. So something was fluctuating there, and got itself a little bit worried. Let's just have a look. So healthcare is costing us a lot. So is our industry area, but that's fine. The industry area is one of those. Yeah, it's just a bit of a. In fact, I tell you what, I'm not gonna have the industry area automate itself. 100% is perfectly fine because you can balance everything around it in terms of getting the producers and the factories to line up. So I'm just going to leave that at 100% and not have it automatically go up and down. That'll probably save us a little bit of money in the long run as well. So if we have a look then at leisure, park areas, okay. Yeah, that weekly park area income there of 5,000. That's really helping us. But then we're getting a load from the those industry areas as well. Okay, I think we should be fine for now. I think what we did just unlock is a new square, and we'll leave that for the next episode. But I think I'm actually inclined to take this one, so that we can have another high density area, get another 5-star park going on, and then we can come back and get this one at a later date. Yeah, I'm definitely inclined to start moving around this inner circle. But then we need these two, I think, at one point, so we can start putting some factories down over here. But you don't get many squares until the sort of the last one, so the main thing is going to be get these high population squares, and then we'll be able to unlock them all on that when you get to Megalopolis at the end of the game. But yeah, fantastic. Okay, thanks for tuning in yet again. I've been Mr. Brig. You've been watching Mr. Brig Plays on YouTube, and this is the Arcology map that we've been working on now for 4 episodes. You could hit the like button and leave any comments you have down below. That would be greatly appreciated. All of these areas we have will need naming, We've got our park area here, and then we've got 4 different industry areas. So if you have any ideas for the names of those, pop them in the comment section, and we can implement those in the next video. Please, nothing rude. The youngsters watching this, including my younger sister. So let's keep it clean. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your days. Take care. Bye bye.